Hi both. How are you?
Hey, we're good. How are you?
Yeah, great, thank you. And really excited to speak to you both today because I had such a great time with this movie. And Ali, I wanted to start with you because you have the unique, I suppose, honor of being dead for most of this movie. So, what was the strangest thing for you about shooting this role and having all but one of your co-stars and all those extras pretending that you're not there?
Yeah, it was kind of sucked. No, I'm just kidding. It was actually really cool. I love that Capri has this ability to still influence the living, and I threw quite a few frogs in this film, if you noticed that. And I influenced Darby as well. I stick her head in a toilet bowl. I lift her up off the bleachers and slam her back down. It was a lot of like practical effects that I really enjoyed. And there's really the emotional aspect of playing a 16-year-old going on 17 who all her life she is used to being seen, and to not be seen, that is really something to her ego. But realizing that you can't take your influence to the grave with you, and that's kind of a learning moment.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, thanks to Capri, Darby goes through this huge transformation in her school. So, what about getting to explore those two sides of that character did you have the most fun with, Riel?
Yeah, I mean, I think what was interesting is that Darby really thinks that at the beginning that that's just who she is, when in reality we're all very multifaceted. And I think even though she was reluctant, the journey actually ended up helping her and Capri because they discovered so many different sides of themselves and discovered that maybe they just were putting themselves in a box before, and that they weren't really allowing people to know who they are because they were afraid that they would get rejected for who they are. So it was just really nice to see a character who was so introverted become, once again, a parallel. Like, she is used to no eyes on her, and now all of a sudden she had all these eyes on her, and just what that would do to a person, what effect that would take. And in this social media age, there's a lot of places to pull from. So I guess all of that was very fun.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, Darby and Capri, they couldn't really be any different at the start of the film. So, for both of you, what was it like to bring their worlds together and do it in such an unorthodox way for the movie?
I think it was so fun, honestly. Like, we just had a ball in all of the arguments, because we're of course not actually enemies in real life at all. So it was just fun to get to play these characters that were so different from us. I think any scenes with tension and fire in it are just enjoyable to play, and we got to do so many fun things with it, and cheer and dancing and all of these different things. So it was just overall wonderful experience.
Yeah, I feel the same way. As soon as the take would end, like I feel like I was like teasing Rial, and I was like, okay, Queen, go off. That was a great take. Like, it's just it's so strange, especially like with me. Like, I'm not a mean girl, so then I'd have to be like, okay, like I'd have to get like very stoic faced. And Rial didn't make it easy because she's so nice and so funny. It was a really great shoot.
Also, and then on that note, Ali, I mean, obviously, it seems that Capri takes great delight in agonizing Darby. So, for you, though, obviously, as you said, you're not that person, but was it still a little bit fun just to be in those moments and have that mischievous side to this character?
I took great delight in putting Darby and Riel in these situations for sure. There was some incredible practical effects with rigging that we both got to work with, and that really helped with physicality. And Riel was saying we had an hour or two session with a movement coach, and what it looks and feels like, the difference of being pushed or being pulled, and really getting into our bodies and exploring that supernatural element, making these rules where Capri can't touch things, but she can move them. And Riel does a really great job of making those things look real and being shocked every time. And Capri gets stronger as the film progresses, the longer that she stays. So it was very fun to play with her.
Yeah, and for you, Riel, obviously you are playing this character who can communicate with the dead. So how do you go about preparing for a project like this beyond, I guess, watching a movie like The Sixth Sense?
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling everyone, I stay away from all of that stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't like to open that door. I'm not trying to see what happens if the lights go out, and I'm running before that happens. So for me, I guess it was about more mental work than doing anything physical. I honestly didn't even really watch a horror movie. I was just like, you know what would it be? Because she is a regular girl as well. What would it be to just be a person who is, also seeing these people that have passed on? And turns out it wouldn't actually be that terrifying, because they're not the ghosts that are depicted in horror movies. They really are just people, and she finds a lot of comfort in those people. So yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, amazing. And when the two of you, obviously with Darby and Capri, butting heads, were there any moments or scenes that you both really struggled to get through, where it just became so ridiculous that it was hard to get through the scene together, just cracking up?
Oh my gosh, there's the one scene where we're outside by the bleachers and I'm throwing a frog. Where the frog comes from. Like, we don't know where the frog came from. We don't know where that idea came in, but I ruined one take, I'll be honest. It was so good. And it was the first time that you said, bitch, is that a frog? And I lost it. I thought that was so funny. And the take that we actually used was a direct hit in the face. So you have to imagine there's a PA standing on the side of like,
yeah,
from this spot on, not too hard because she is the lead of the film, but hard enough where it sells that entire situation.
I forgot. That was entirely bizarre. We don't even know where. We didn't even see it in the script until like last minute. We were like, oh, we were supposed to shoot this.
There's a frog in this scene. Good to know.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, amazing. And Auli'i, another of your roles that I really loved, obviously Moana. So I'm curious, I know it's been a while now, but are you hoping that you and The Rock might be able to reunite, whether it be for a sequel, or obviously we're seeing a lot of shorts on Disney Plus now and a lot of TV shows. So would you like to revisit the role, do you think?
My lips are sealed, my friend. Very excited for Moana's future.
Oh, that sounds promising. I'm glad to hear it. And I know, Riele, that obviously you had a taste of a superhero world with Henry Danger, but for both of you, how would you feel about maybe joining that Marvel or DC franchise at this point in your respective careers?
Oh my goodness. I'll let you go first.
No, I mean, I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's every actor's dream to at least once get to play a superhero character. Because even in the show that I did, I was on the sidelines, I was helping from behind. So to be like the person in the suit who's actually doing the fighting, that would be awesome. I would be extremely down for that.
I'm such a fan of Marvel and comics, and I got to watch Black Panther as well. So I just see the world fully opening up now that Namor is like a key player. Now we own mutants. We can say that word out loud. Like the world is truly just expanding even larger. And there's even like the What If series that just makes everything possible, and as a voice actor who enjoys animation, like I just really appreciate all of the content that we're getting. We're spoiled for choice.
We really are spoiled, thanks to Disney Plus, really.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to see you both in that genre, but going back to this one, what I loved about the film as well is it avoids those familiar cliched high school movie trappings and is very diverse and very obviously representative of the world today. So did you both get to bring some of your own ideas to your characters to make sure that who you were playing did feel authentic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a lot. Our director was incredible and very collaborative. So he was always checking in on us every scene to find new layers, because there are just so many layers to these characters, and we wanted to make sure that they weren't one note, because it's very easy for these high school characters to fall into like just one box. But I think what was beautiful about what this story did, kind of by itself, but also we helped it go along, was just that it had so many different takes on it. Like everyone did something that was sort of unexpected from that type of character, and we definitely had a lot to do with that. So it was just a great collaborative experience.
Yeah, it really was collaborative. Everything from wardrobe and so many fittings, and that was really fun between our two characters as well, because you get to see like their style rub off, or at least Capri style rub off on Darby, and then we also get to have that like mean girl walking down the hall bit, and then you get to see these wonderful, beautiful, messy teenagers going through grief. And Asher Angel does a fantastic job of showing grief. Like he's going through it. He is giving in every scene because he lost his girlfriend, and so we're able to play the humor of seeing dead people and being a high school teen spirit kind of vibe. And then you see the real ripple effects of losing someone. And Derek Luke also, who plays Darby's dad, like such a wonderful father figure and open and emotionally available when she is ready to talk about grief. Like I really respect how our film touched upon these sensitive topics.
Josh,
Absolutely.
we're gonna have to wrap it up right there. I'm so sorry.
No problem at all. Well, thank you both so much for your time. Again, couldn't agree more with what you both said. This is a really special movie and can't wait for people to see it. So thank you.
Thank you.